Afternoon. Yeah. Hey y'all, it's your boy Gama305. Yeah. I'm about to chop it up.
Anybody want a motherfucking die? Come see who, me, D, double D, nigga. That's right, that's motherfucking me, nigga. And goddamn if I said it, I motherfucking meant it. If it was fully, I motherfucking spit it. And fuck whoever I offended. Hold on, wait one motherfucking minute. Y'all hold, y'all know how the game go.
Yeah, man, Gama, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. It's a beautiful day, man. I ain't gonna lie. Welcome to Miami.
For sure. And let's talk about it now that we in the city, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, man. What was it like growing up out here in Miami?
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was wild. Like, no, we did everything I ever wanted to experience as a child. I did that and more. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, like there's not one thing I would change because even with the goods and the bad, you know what I'm saying? Like it was wild. I love Miami. Miami crazy.
For sure. So what was it like, growing up as far as like, your friends and maybe the environment? Like what would you give and take to somebody that's not from Miami growing up out here?
This is what I'm gonna tell you. You got like what I took out of the whole experience is like this in Miami, a lot of individuals, which is and when I first started off, I thought it was bad, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of individuals in Miami got that boss mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like it's everybody tough, everybody that guy and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Which is like how people move out here, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's not like every man wanna be the man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how everybody move out here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's more so when you come out here, it's not more so you coming out here to outstunt somebody or like be the best, but it's just like you gotta stand on your own, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, like you gotta stand on all 10.
You gotta stand on your own, you know what I'm saying? So it's every man out here, and majority of every man out here, they kind of is like hustling and grinding on their own type shit. They like everybody is just on their boss level shit, and that's what I can take out of this.
For sure. Would you say it molded you to the person you are today?
Oh hell yeah! But then here's the bad thing. The bad thing about it is like me living in Miami. Like I always had that mentality where I'm not friendly, you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
It's like I gotta be tough, you know what I'm saying? So when I finally like at 18 I moved out and I went to like I was living in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm like, yo, these people you ain't gotta be tough, you know what I'm saying? Everybody friendly, they nice and stuff like that. You ain't gotta act like that. Like I'm the only tough guy out there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you cool out with all that, cause now with me having that mentality, it's like you burn bridges and you more so can't network.
Right.
So it's like I had to kill that noise in order for me to network and stuff like that, and like really like branch out to individuals.
For sure. I'm glad you said burn bridges. I was gonna say, do you think in South Florida, like that mentality of everybody got to be that tough guy, everybody got to like basically show that they not like wants to be fucked with? Do you think it makes like a lot of people lose a lot of opportunities and lose a lot of like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because like we be saying, like I wish Jeezy and Gucci would have had a track together, you know what I'm saying? Like that a mixtape together, that it would have boomed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wish certain individuals that's beefing with each other would collabo, or you wish that certain individual wouldn't have that pride where, oh no, I don't mess with that person, or I don't mess with that side, or this person. It's like, kill the noise, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, business is business, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's what you want to really intake, but is more so like, I guess you can say it's pride, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of individuals out here is pride, but for me it's like a cockiness, you know what I'm saying? It's pride and it's like a mixture of cockiness, of you just like missing out on what could be and can't be. Because one thing I'm gonna tell y'all is like the way we acting right now, I promise you, when you get older and like at an elder age, you be like, man, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I act like that. I'm grown now, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days I did that, but not now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, try to get to that level right now, or, you know what I'm saying? Before you burn these bridges and you miss out on a lot of major opportunities.
For sure. So again, let me ask you this, man. Growing up, were you an athlete at all?
Yeah. I played football. I ran track and field, and what else? That was pretty much it. And I tried to play soccer, but they really wasn't letting me in. Like for real, they was not letting me in.
Oh yeah.
They wasn't fucking with me. But it like kind of entwined into football scheduling. So I ain't do that. So yeah, I was in football. I was a cornerback for North Miami Senior High School. Number 12 and whatnot, starter and whatnot. I was a fish. I was a beast. I ain't gonna lie, I was a beast.
For sure.
I was a beast. I got a partial scholarship to Miles College for that for my work in North Miami. But it's like I had to create my own. Highlight tape.
Yeah.
I had to send myself to college, y'all. I literally sent myself to college. Like send my tapes in. Wrote. I was writing letters. You know, back then we had DMs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had no IG or emails. Just like, yo, you gotta write this coach a letter. So these coaches are receiving millions and millions of letters from recruits. And like, one thing about it is I had my peoples already, shout out to Ernie Tabutu, no boys was already at Miles. So like they put the word in for me and whatnot. And so with that being said, I got like a partial scholarship to go to Miles and whatnot. And I was doing great. And from Miles, when I got there, unfortunately, they just got into probation within 4 years because they paid illegal players and whatnot. So, no, I think it was like 10 years or 4 years. I forgot how long it was. But for that amount of time, we couldn't go to no state championship game. We couldn't go to no bowls. Like, we just had a regular season. That's all you could have done. Just play a regular season. So like if you was to win all games, we can't go because we're on probation and whatnot. So it's like you losing out on opportunities because some of the big games that you can't go to are televised.
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. So the games that's televised where we can showcase our talent, we can't go to. So me and my homeboys that was there at the time, we was all it was a corner, safety, mark, you know what I'm saying, a D lineman. It was a handful of us. We pretty much revolt. It was like, nah, fuck it, let's go to UCF. So we all transferred to UCF and whatnot. We all transferred to UCF. They told me, seeing that I was a freshman, this how my life got fucked up. Seeing that I was a freshman, I can't transfer over all my credits and start jumping on the field. I gotta do a year or two at HCC, was a community college that's down the street type shit. So I had to do a year out there. And then I had to come back to UCF to play ball and whatnot. So now, USF, I'm tripping. USF, go Bulls. So now, I was doing BJ Daniels and shit like that. But now, when they told me that, this is what I didn't know as an adolescent child in the sports, in the game of growing up, in the game of football. I didn't know the day I applied and I was practicing with Miles College was the day that my eligibility year started. So my 4 years was running. So the second year of which I didn't do nothing. My second year is me in Tampa trying to go back my third year. So then my second year, they tell me, oh, by the time my third year was up, I called the coach, tell me I'm ready to come, this and that. And they're like, yo, you know your eligibility been going ever since you've been in school. I'm like, okay, cool. I never touched the field. I still got 4 years on the field. Like, nah, the minute you practice with us and whatnot, your 4 years started. And then see how y'all stop. I took a break to go to school and then come back. They said that year still counted. And like, yo, we want to do a lot for you in order for you. Like, they're like, yo, this is a collegiate level. You know what I'm saying? You just can't come and do 2 years in the collegiate level and you know you're still a freshman. But in actuality, that'll be your junior year. So it's like, we can't work with you. And I had nothing to work with. And that pretty much crushed me. That's when like shit was like, what the fuck I'm gonna do?
Right.
I ain't know what. I ain't go to school for shit else.
No, for sure. You was just trying to make it to the pros, basically.
That's it. I ain't go to school for shit else. I mean, business, of course, but nothing else. Nothing else interests me.
For sure. So like, after that, man, what was the journey like after that? Did you move back to Miami, or how did that work out?
So that's when comedy came into play.
Okay, yeah, walk us through, man. What made you want to do comedy?
So now, yeah, I was down and out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and it's fucked up because a lot of athletes go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, even from the high school to the college to the league level, it's like once it stopped for you, you don't know what the fuck to do. Like, this has been my life since Sun Devils Little League, since I was damn near 12. You know what I'm saying? This has been my life. This is all I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20. I'm 19 years old. And I'm like, and it stopped for me. There was like no way for me to continue. I'm like, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I was lost. So I pretty much, when that happened, you know what I'm saying, I had to pay for my own room and housing and all that stuff. I had to pay for all this stuff. Life started hitting me. I'm like, okay, I gotta get a job now. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I gotta get a job. So then, when that happened, started working, and I'm like, working it for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't work. I can't do that. I cannot. You know what I'm saying? I can't make somebody else happy, and I don't even know you. I never met you. You know, like for real, I cannot make somebody else happy. Like I don't.
For sure.
Who owned this company? Like my thing is like, whoever owned this company, tell them to say my first name. So I'm like, I'm working hard for a motherfucker that don't know my first name. So
it just don't make no sense.
It don't, and then like it was just crushing me. So then like I just turned to the world of I'm just saying the world of darkness. I turned to a world of darkness for a minute, for like a couple years. I ain't work. I just live my life. You know what I'm saying? This world of darkness. You know. And then after that, like I was always a clown. You know what I'm saying? I was always a funny ass nigga. So then my same homeboy that helped me get into college. You know what I'm saying? Ernie back, the same person that helped me get into that college was the same person who told me, yo, you need to just do stand-up, bro.
Right.
And he's like, you need to take it serious. Like, start doing stand-up and like start taking stand-up serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. At first I'm like, all right, cool. So then what I started doing, I was like 22, 23, whatever. What I started doing was I was writing. So I started writing jokes, and I started going to comedy clubs. But I sort of promised I was afraid to hit that stage. That shit for about 2 years I ain't hit that stage. But I went to every comedy spot. So now I'm writing jokes, I'm going to comedy shows, I'm seeing how the crowd reacts, how the emotion goes. I'm reading my art, I'm reading my new form. You know what I'm saying? Like a playbook, you know what I'm saying? I'm studying. So now, so then years going by and I never hit the stage. But I'm like, I'm pissed off at myself. I'm like, how do you call yourself a comedian? You know, by then I think I was telling my people that I'm a comedian by then. I'm like, how do you call yourself a comedian and you ain't never hit the stage yet? And you just write and go to comedy clubs. Like, what's wrong with you? So now this was my 24th birthday, or 24th birthday, I think one of them. I think my 24th birthday, right? And I told myself, I said, no, I'm not gonna say I started, the whole thing with me, I'm like, I don't wanna say I started comedy at this age, that age. Cause I'm like, yo, Dave Chappelle started at 17, 15. So-and-so started at 19. So-and-so, don't do that, don't compare yourself to nobody. But I started doing that. But don't ever compare yourself. So I started doing that and whatnot. So I'm like, I gotta hit the stage right now. So then my birthday coming up, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. I said, I gotta hit the stage before my birthday. So the day before my birthday, but prior to, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you the story. Prior to, every Wednesday I used to go to this comedy club. This was the funniest shit ever. I put my name on the list as an open mic, right? And I put my name on the list, right? They call one comedian. My heart is shaking. I'm looking at my lines. They called 2 comedians. They called a 3rd comedian. I'm like, man, they taking too long. I left. This happened 3 times. I went back. I said, hey. He said, hey, what's up? He said, this is an open mic list? Yeah, you're here. You're on time. I wrote my name on the list. I'm the second person who wrote my name on the list. They called one comedian. Boom. They called another comedian. I said, I'm the second person on the list. I'm out. I left. I went to the 3rd time. When I went to the 3rd time, the guy at the door said, you ready to perform this time? You ready this time? I said, yeah, man, yeah. What you mean? I'm like, yeah. So then I wrote my name on the list again. They said 3 comedians' names. I left. So now you thinking, like, in my mind, in my head, I'm telling myself, they taking too long, or why they ain't call me yet, or I was the first person here. No, that was fear. That was straight fear. I was afraid of that stage. I was afraid of what was going to happen. I was afraid, the number one fear in America is stage fright.
Right.
So it's like, damn. So now what I did, I went back. When I went back, I put my name on that list. I had all my jokes. They said the first comedian name, ba-da-da. They said the second comedian name, ba-da-da. I said, man, I'm out. I swear to y'all. I'm walking out the door. I'm like, nah, man, fuck that. I can't do this, man. I'm walking out the door. They said, all right, y'all, come to the stage for the very first time. Get up to a brand new comedian. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show some love for So I'm continuously walking out the door. The stage is at the door, towards the door. I am walking out the door. When I'm walking out the door, I swear to God, it was like it was like my legs did this, my body did this. Like the top of my body did this towards the door, my legs went towards the stage. And I just went on stage. I went on stage. I grabbed the mic, bro. I said 2 jokes. I still remember these jokes. I was saying a whole bunch of corny ads. Everything was not hitting. Nothing was hitting. Right. Nobody was laughing. This shit was horrible. I fucking loved it. So now the number one joke I said, I was just looking for one, like something to tell me like you can do this, or something to like, yo, continue. I said, I used to have he said, I was like, my joke was, I'm writing this down, I can write it down. I used to have a neighbor. I used to have a neighbor. She was so cool. I waved at her every morning. We had the best relationship until I lost my binoculars. It was somebody way in the back. He was way in the back. He said, ha! He laughed. I'm like, oh, he got it. The joke is I'm a stalker. Right. That was never my neighbor. I don't know her. I'm watching her through her windows with my binoculars. I'm like, it was great friends. We chat all the time. I always see her, always waved at me until I lost my binoculars. Yo, the man in the back laughed. I said, I did this. That one laugh lit my whole shit up. I said, oh, thank you. My name is Gama305. My first time on the stage. You have a good night. And it's like, give time. Yo, one thing about me, every time I do bad on stage, I realize it came from the first time I hit the stage. When I do bad on stage, I need another stage within the next 2 hours. I need 4 or 5 stages with the next 2. I need to go on a run right now. So then, right when I did that show, I was bad. Yo, I was so happy. I went back the next week, worked on it. I went back I was hungry.
It gave you that drive to keep going.
Yeah, I was hungry. I'm like, yo, I never felt this feeling before. I never felt nothing in life and liked it. Yeah. I felt and loved it. I'm like, this feeling is like euphoria. It's just like, I want more of this failure. Give me some more of this failure, dog.
It's that drive that keep you going because you're doing what you love.
Yes, exactly, man. You're doing what you love. And it's like I went 10 toes down. After that, I hustled. I brought me a Jag. When I took that Jag to every so then now on my phone I had like a BlackBerry or no, a Metro, one of them. On my phone, I went online. I looked at every open mic. I didn't give a fuck if it was karaoke, rapper. I don't care what it was. Shout out to Novocaine open mic in Tampa. Y'all killing it. Y'all been killing it. Love y'all. They was the first one to show me love. So I listed up every side splitter, shout out to y'all too, every open mic in Tampa. I went to every last one. Until you had to know my name, good or bad. Oh, that's it. This nigga always coming, good or bad. And eventually I perfected it. But then Tampa not my home. Right. It's not my home. I'm not from there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I always believe in you got to get your city first in order to get the world. You know what I'm saying? So
people could really feel
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I really feel as if get your hometown involved in you. You know, it's just this whole time. So I took the whim of just like saying to myself, like, I got to go home and take over my city. Mm-hmm. I got to go home and be the best comedian in Miami. So I came back home. And just for that, there's no other reason. I had no other reason to leave Tampa. I came back home just to do comedy in Miami. And I had way more support because I seen Benji Brown had an open mic. And I'm like, yo, if I could meet Benji Brown. Benji Brown had an open mic in a comedy show at the Iguanas. That's when I was coming back, around that time. And when I was coming down, I seen he just started it. I'm like, okay, cool, they bringing comedy to Miami. Let me just go down there, do my thing. When I got down there, Tampa, I'm gonna tell you right now, no disrespect to Tampa, y'all was, no disrespect, I'm not saying y'all was easy, but y'all laughed at all my jokes. Y'all laughed at a lot of my jokes. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I'm saying? Miami, hell no. Miami boy, it was look, bitch. I'm like, wait, hold on. Y'all is tough. Miami is tough, but I fucking love it, dog. So when I came back home, man, the first show at the Iguanas, it was fire. I still got the recording of it. I think I still got a recording of it. All right, so I played Bone Thugs. First of the month, wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month. That's my intro song. Yeah. And then I'm like, don't you love that song? I said, boy, I love the first of the month. I said, yo, food stamps, get ready. I had a fake shopping cart. I'm driving through everybody. I'm just talking cash shit. I said, this happened the first of the month. Everybody fucking with me. I felt like the man. I went back next week, hell no.
They was not feeling it.
They were not feeling it. It's like they didn't even know who I was. I'm like, it's me from last week. You don't remember? It's me, Gama. First of the month, wake up. They was not feeling it, dog. And it was legit, like Miami, like it's legit. And then it was coughing, it was looking up, it was people judging you, and then it was the club doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They ain't give a fuck what you were talking about. They did whatever the fuck they want to do. It was me and everybody talking. And then again, I went back again. Hell no. So now I'm telling myself like, yo, this Miami shit is tough.
Yeah.
This is tough. So I had to get right. And to be honest with you, when I started noticing like the tough rooms and the rooms that's not so tough, I stayed at the tough ones because I wanted to mold myself.
Exactly.
I want to be the
push
greatest.
yourself to go harder.
And then it came to the point where there's comedians out here in South Florida. Whenever they see a tough room or they not fucking with it, they'll call me. They're like, yo, pull up. Yo, this shit is buzz, dog. I wish you was here. And I'm like, where you at? I just pull up. And I'll cut up. I'll turn up.
Right.
My thing is, I'm like a pastor. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, the pastor want the heathens. He don't want the Christian. He want the heathens. Me, I don't want the person that want to laugh. I want the motherfuckers that came in with tough feelings. I want the nigga that's not laughing. I want the person that came in for poetry. Now I'm finna twist your stomachs up.
Right.
That's it.
For sure, man. So let me ask you this, man. What's your relationship with Miami Got Jokes? I see you guys really close and you guys work a lot together. You know, talk to me, man.
That's my son. That's my son. He was born October. How many pounds was he? Let me call his mother, ask him, because she is the love of my life. Anyways, that's my boy, man. That's my brother for life, man. I love that nigga because we've been riding together since we played football together. The only difference was I played. You know, he was watching me play. So that's the only difference. I was playing. He was watching me play. But we played ball together. We worked together. Shouts to All-Star events. And here's the thing. When I see Miami Got Jokes, I would never say I made somebody or I did this, did that for anybody. No, you know. If anything, I drew out your full potential. You know what I'm saying? I just draw out people's full potential. So growing up, you know what I'm saying? I had friends. I had all my homies. It was 3 individuals that I knew. They twist my stomach up. It was 3 people that I knew that was funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to do comedy with. So when I started doing comedy, right? And when I started getting that recognition, and when I started hitting niggas over the mouth, and I started getting laughters, I'm and getting that feeling, I call Rick. I'm like, yo, Miami Got Jokes. I'm like, fuck, I call Rick. That's Rick. Miami Got Jokes, Rick. So I call Rick. I'm like, yo, kid. I'm like, yo, you gotta do this shit with me, bro. I say, yo, I know, cause I know he was funny. I know funny. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my other homeboys. I wish he would join on with us. Yo, yeah, I'll bring another nigga down. That's a beast. But anyways, so I'm like, I know he's funny. So I'm like, yo, because he used to kill us at work and at school. And he's not killing us trying to be funny. He's being himself, destroying us. Destroying us. So anyways, I'm like, yo, I know for a fact. I'm like, yo, look how I'm eating. I'm like, yo, Rick, you will fucking eat if you do comedy with me. He at the time, he was in a bad relationship at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was draining him. You know what I'm saying? So when I kept telling him, do me. I said, yo, do it with me. He kept egging me. And this time I'm back in Miami. I'm like, yo, I'm back in Miami. I'm here. We finna go to all the comedy clubs. We finna work this shit out. We gonna do it. And then he's like, you know, he kept giving me excuses. So one night, right? So now a year or 2 go by.
Right.
He's done with that relationship. So now I reconnect with him again. I'm like, yo, well, we never lost connection.
I know what you meant.
I tell him the same thing again. I said, Rick, do this comedy shit with me. So now he like, okay, cause now he killing people. Rick been killing, Miami Got Jokes been killing motherfuckers on Twitter since the beginning of time. This nigga, I'll be on Twitter, watch this nigga, I'm like, God damn. He said, I know he didn't say this. I know he didn't do this. He killing me. He getting attacked and everybody like going at it with him, but I'm dying. But real comedians and people who have a great sense of humor are fucking laughing at this shit. Right. And then his comeback to the people is hilarious. So I'm like, yo, it's still in you, bro. Like, it's still in you. I said, do it with me. So he said, what I gotta do? I said, write a couple jokes, this and that. So then now, I finally got his ass. Finally got his ass. I reeled that shit in. I knew how I was gonna get him. This is how I trap Miami Got Jokes. I told him, yo, come see me perform. I said, see how I do it, and let me know if you like it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He said, all right, bet. So he came with he came with his girl, his new girl, shout out to Shelly, I fucking love you. He came with her, right? He came with Shelly. Boom, they came to House of Kava. That nigga hate that comedy club. It's called House of Kava. I love it. It was in downtown Wynwood area. I love it. So I went on stage, but before I went on stage, I put his name on the list.
Oh shit.
So I put his name on the list. I put Ricky Zine. I put Ricky Zine on the list. Then I went on stage, right? Mm-hmm. Killed that shit. Did my thing. They was like, damn, kid, that shit was, that's how, I'm like, yo, that's how simple it is. I'm like, well, it's not that simple. I swear to God, it's not that simple. Right. Comedy is not that simple. But I'm like, I'm trying to recruit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to drop. I'm like, yo, that's how it is, bro. Just tell how you think. Then the night before, I said, write some jokes. Just in case. I said, what jokes do you have? I'm like, what you gonna talk about? He said, I'm finna talk about my relationship. He act like, it's so funny because he acting like an adolescent individual. He acting like a child to me. So I've been talking about, like, my relationship. I've been talking about my clothes, clothes. I'm like, well, guess what? I'm like, you going up. I said, what? I said, I'll put your name on the list. You going up. Like, bro. Like, yeah, get ready. Don't worry about it. Get ready. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I put Miami Got Jokes in a easy crowd. Right. I put him in an easy crowd. So it was like, not to say white people are easy. It was like a mixture of crowd of a lot of white folks and Indian and Hispanic. I loved it. It was a mixture of a lot of brightness. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I place them in an environment of people, yes. You know what? Let me not say environment of color. Let me say environment of people who came to watch comedy. Right. They came already laughing. They came like this. Like ready to be They're ready to be here. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. This stages like in Miami. You got motherfuckers like this nigga make me laugh, bitch. And then you gotta say some fire shit. But anyways, this stage was easy, so I give him an easy one. And he went on stage. He did his thing. He spoke. That's all I wanted you to do. All I wanted him to do was to speak. When he did that, matter of fact, I did recruit somebody else before Miami Got Jokes, but he felt and he gave up on me. He gave up on me. One thing I'm gonna say about Miami Got Jokes, what I love about this man, nigga ain't never gave up. Mm-hmm. Nigga ain't never put his foot. I told him, yo, let's go full throttle, put your fucking foot on that neck, and that's exactly what he did. I had somebody else I was doing comedy with, and they were not on that same page. Miami Got Jokes, I said, yo, comedy show tonight, let's go. Hey, open mic, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, there's some of it, let's go. Hey, what do you think about this joke? Let's go. We could talk all day. We could do a full 24 on the phone. Just, yo, how about this? Oh yeah. Just working. Right. Working, you know what I'm saying? So we met up through football. I was school, football, working, and I finally got my brother to do comedy and killing the game. And I'm proud of him. Fucking proud of this kid.
For sure.
You gotta keep going. He better keep going.
No, for sure. That's real. Hey man, Gama, man. Where can people find you as far as your social medias?
Check me out. My name is Gama305, straight up live. You can find me Gama305, IG, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Also go to Down Here MIA. That's our podcast. We film every Wednesday. We go live. We have all the craziest segments on the show. What we got? We got Freaky Friday, Women Empowerment, Freestyle Friday. We interview the world. Catch me in any comedy event. I'm there. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, my name is Gama305. Yeah.